Hey everybody, this is Jim, the Tabletop Engineer, and welcome to a new playthrough video. Today I am playing Shadows of Brimstone. I am going to be playing mission number 2, which is called Exploration. It is one of the basic missions, which is I guess it's a little easier than the advanced missions. I'm just doing these in order in the adventure book. So today, what I'm supposed to be doing is exploring this cave to its end. I'm supposed to keep going until I hit all dead ends. And in order to facilitate that, the rules have a few things that happen when you find a new room. There's some conditions that can close down certain doors and things, so that eventually you will reach the end of the cave system. Now, because this is a basic mission, the objective is just to explore the entire mine until there's no exits left, and to defeat any remaining enemies. There isn't some epic, end battle. It's just map it out and you're done. So where we are today, my Marshal and my Gunslinger are ready to go. They're at the entrance of the mine here. They purchased bandages, which may or may not come into... I may not need those this turn. We shall see. Each one of them has a grit, and I think that's all they start with. I do have one revive token, which I forgot to get out right here, and I can use that for either character. I only get one of those, and the first thing you do at the start of a turn is you roll to hold back the darkness. This is the darkness meter that moves this way. This is my counter that moves that way. As I explore new rooms, this will move up, and as I encounter failed certain rolls, this thing will move down. I need to roll a 7 or higher. I rolled a 10, so we're good to go. Now, the Gunslinger has the higher initiative with an initiative of 6. The Marshal is initiative of 5. So the Gunslinger will go first. I'm going to roll to see how far he moves. He can go 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not enough to reach the midpoint. So he's going to scavenge in this room. I'm looking for 6s. I can get a scavenge card for each 6 he rolls, and I didn't get any. So next we have the Marshal. He will move 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. He can also scavenge. If he doesn't find anything, we mark this room as scavenged, and I can't search it any longer. No 6s, so no luck. We'll put a scavenge token right here. That is the end of the turn. Now it's hold back darkness. I need to roll a 7 or higher. I rolled an 8. We're good to go. The Gunslinger will move 3, so he moves 1. It is now time to reveal a room. The rules said to pull out this particular tile. Not sure why. It's a T-junction. There is another 3-way split card in here, so I don't know why that was pulled out, but I did it. So I'll shuffle up the cards here, and then I'll explain how the room system works if I pull a room and not a corridor. All right, so we'll pull this one and flip it, and I got the blast room. Let's take a look. Blast room has a bunch of barrels in it. Let's see. Is that it? Yep. Okay, got the blast room. Now normally, let's see. This is where it matches. So we'll go here. Now the Gunslinger could move 2 more into the room, and instead I'm going to move him back, just to give myself some room in case there's a really nasty monster down here. He cannot scavenge in this room because he did the, well, he's not in this room any longer, but even if he wanted to, he did a reveal. So you can, on your turn, you can, at the end of your activation, you can either reveal a room or scavenge. And since he revealed on this turn, he will not get to scavenge. When you reveal a new room, there's a few things you have to do. There are 12 tokens. I don't think you can see these. Let me see if I can get more of the table in here. Here we go. So I've got these 12 tokens down here, these explorations. So what I'm doing is I'm just sort of shuffling them up. And you place one face down on the map. You don't reveal it until all heroes have activated. So I've still got the Marshal. Let's see if he moves. I rolled a 3. I'm going to have him take 1 step forward, only because he has a shotgun that has a maximum range of 5. So he will need to be a little closer than the Gunslinger. He moved. He cannot scavenge in this room, and he's not in this room to scavenge. So that is the end of his turn. So now what we do is we reveal the exploration token. All right, so it has 2 doors. I'm going to have an attack occur in this room, and it has a clue token. The rules say that if you pull a clue token, which this is, you have 1 fewer doors. So since there's only 1 doorway, and I have 3 possible exits, I have to roll to see where that door is first. So you look at the card on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We will see where that is. I rolled a 6, which means it's this one. So this gets an end cap, meaning a dead end. This gets an end cap, meaning dead end. And that is the entrance. However, the rules also state that for every door a room has, you roll a d6, and on a 4 or higher, it's a dead end. So this could be the end of the game if this is a dead end. I will have to fight this attack. So let's see what I roll. I rolled a 5. So this is the end of the map. I mapped it out. There really wasn't much to that, but that's okay. That was the game. But I still have to fight an attack. So, and by the way, before I do that, when you finally reach the end, you roll a d6. And depending on what you roll, it will add to the final encounter. So I know I have a standard low encounter. On a 1, I add an epic threat. On a 2 or 3, I just add a second one of these. And on a 4 to 6, no extra threat. So I rolled a 2, which is an extra threat. So I'm going to pull 2 of these cards. So I need to shuffle these up. All right, first card, 6 spiders. All right, I can do that. Before I place them, let me figure out what the next card is. Now, when you pull a threat card, it goes into a discard pile. So this one will go face up, and got to draw another one. So shuffle the deck and pull. Oh man, this is going to be a fun one. I got 1 Night Terror, which is the big blue guy. I got Peril Dice. This is the Peril die. It has a 3, 4, 5, 2 3s, a 4, 5, and a 6. This will determine how many of the Stranglers. 4. So 4 of these purple things. All right. So I have a lot going on. So here's how this works. You need to get the cards first and determine their initiative. Okay, the Stranglers are initiative 4. Spiders are 6, terrors are 3. So you do them in reverse order. The terror goes first. He goes in the very back because he's the slowest. Then the stranglers go, and you do this alternating thing. It goes here, then it goes here, here, there, and there. Is that right? No, you alternate. That's right, like that. And then the spiders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, there we go. Man, 3 different enemies on this battle. Okay. All right. Now, the spiders have an initiative of 6, and the rules state that if a creature has a ties with a hero for initiative, the creatures move first. My gunslinger is 6. My marshal is 5. So the spiders will go first. So the first thing they'll do is they'll move to sort of balance or get all around me. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see. They can move how much? They can move 8. So this one can move a little bit further in attack. This one will move here. That one will move there. 1, 2, 3. They can all fit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So I am totally surrounded by spiders. All right, so here's how this is going to work. They will go first. The spiders have a combat of 2. So each spider attack will roll 2 dice, and they hit on a 4 or higher. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to roll for there's 3 spiders attacking the gunslinger and 3 attacking the marshal. So we'll roll, I'm going to roll 2 reds and 2 greens for 2 spiders. So we got a hit, and they hit on a 4 or higher. So 2 hits, and my gunslinger saves on a 5 or higher. So he didn't save on either one, and those do 2 damage. So he just took 4 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ow. From 2 spiders. And the third spider misses completely. All right. The next spider, I'll roll 4 dice for them. And they hit the marshal on a 4 or higher. Miss, miss, miss. 1 hit. So the marshal saves on a 3 or higher, and he saved. And then the last spider, 1 hit, and the marshal saves on a 3 or higher, and he saves. So no damage from the marshal or the gunslinger. All right, it is time for the gunslinger and the marshal to attack. The spiders have a health of 3 and no defense, so all damage goes straight to them. The marshal will roll 2 dice, and he hits on a 3 or higher, and both hit, and the damage on both is a 6 and a 1. I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to use a Deadeye bullet to bump that one up to 3, and that will kill 2 spiders that the gunslinger got. That's the end of the gunslinger's turn. The marshal rolls a d8 for the rifle. He hits on a 4 or higher and a 6, 7, or 8 crits. Crits don't matter with the spiders because they have no defense. I rolled a 2. I am going to spend his grit to re-roll that. And I rolled a 4, which does hit, and the damage is 8. So 1 spider is done with the gunslinger. Now, or marshal. The marshal has a special ability. Once per turn, when you kill an enemy, you get an extra shot. So he gets an extra shot, and he missed with a 1. All right. It is now time for the purple guys to move up. 1 will be able to move here. Purple guys move 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so they can pile in here. And then the blue guy will move all the way up. And they're just sort of waiting. They're just sort of like, we'll get to you when we get to you. Now it is hold back the darkness. It's the end of the round. And 6 is not. So this moves down. And by the way, I have to move this up 1 because I did expose a room. All right, it is now time for the spiders. There are 2 spiders that will attack. 1 spider will attack the gunslinger, and 2 remaining will... Well, let's balance this. 2 on the gunslinger, 1 on the marshal, and the purple will also attack the marshal. So the 2 spiders hit on 4 or higher. That's a hit and a hit. So 2 hits, and the gunslinger saves on a 5 or higher. And he saves, so he takes 2 more damage. That is a total of 6 damage. And I tell you what I'm going to do right now, because I can use this anytime. I'm gonna use up his bandages, which allow me to roll a d6 and heal that many wounds. 5. I will take that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he's just got 1 damage on him right now. Now, the second spider... Oh, I did roll for 2 spiders. Now it is the spider versus the marshal. And hits on a 4 or higher. That's 2 hits. Marshal saves on a 3. Saves and takes damage. So he takes 2 points of damage. And it is now the gunslinger's turn. So Gunslinger is going to shoot at the nearest spider with... he rolls 2. That's 2 hits. The damage is 5 and 3, which will kill 2 more, which is excellent for him. It is now the marshal's turn. The marshal is going to... the marshal will... The marshal has a special ability that says anytime you kill an enemy, you may heal 1 wound and 1 sanity and gain 10 XP. So he's already gained 10 just from killing that spider. And then the spiders themselves are worth 10. So he got 20 for that. Let's... +2 combat or +2 shots. Okay. Okay. Let's go ahead and he will shoot at the purple thing in front of him, the strangler. And that is a hit? No, that is a miss. Darn it, he missed. And I don't have a grit to undo that. All right, that is the end of his turn. Well, that spider stays put. It's the purple thing's turn, so they will move up. So this one will go... Well, he stays. I'm trying to remember how this goes. He will go 1, 2, 3. This one will go here. This one will go here. This one will go here. And then The blue will move up in a minute. All right, so there are 2 stranglers on each of the heroes. The stranglers roll 4 dice. 4 dice, and they hit on 3 or higher. Wow. So that's 3 hits on the Marshal. I mean, a Gunslinger, and he saves on a 5. Saves on 1, fails on 2, and those do 1 damage each. So he just took 2 more points of damage. The second Strangler will strike at him and hits on a what? 3. That's 1, 2, 3 hits. I save on 5s, only 1, so 2 more points of damage. Now, 2 of them strike at the Marshal. That's a hit and a hit. He saves on a 3. He saves on 1, misses on the other, so he takes a wound. And then the second purple guy will strike. And that is 3 hits, and he saves on 3s. Save, save, and miss. So he takes another point of damage. He's at 4. It is now the blue guy's turn. He will step up. And end of the turn, roll for Hold Back the Darkness. I do. Nice. It is now the spider's turn. The spider cannot reach, so he will stay put. Gunslinger will go. Gunslinger fires twice at the nearest guy. He hits both. This is a crit. It goes through the defense of 2. So this one he will burn. What I'm gonna do is a roll for damage for the crit. It's a 6, so that is enough to knock him out. And for this one, the damage is 5 minus his defense of 2 is 3, but he's only got 3 health, so this one will go away as well. It is now the Marshal's turn. And I tell you what, really need to block these guys in. No, he's got to stay put because the spider... Did I move that spider? I didn't. The spider will go. Sorry, I forgot the spider. Spider will attack the Gunslinger. Hits on 4s or higher. That's a hit. He blocks on a 5. He does block. All right. So now it is the Marshal's turn. Marshal will shoot at the purple in front of him. He has no grit. You know what? The Marshal's going to use his special ability. I should have done this before the... maybe I save it for the next one. Once per adventure, give all +2 shots. I'm going to do it this turn. Give all heroes +2 shots. So this turn he'll get it, and the next turn the Gunslinger will get it. So he gets +2 shots. So I get to roll this 3 times. He's going to first shot. He's going to shoot at Mr. Purple, and he hits on a 3, and the damage is 3, which does not go through his defense, but leaves only 1 point of damage. So he'll fire a second time, and he misses, and he will fire a third time, and he misses. Come on. That is it for the Marshal. The purples will strike the Stranglers. The first one strikes at the Gunslinger. That is a hit and a hit. 2 hits. He defends on 5s. He defended 1. He took another hit, so that's 1 point. He's now at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 damage. The spider does not get to go this turn. It's the other purple will strike at the Marshal. That's a hit, hit, hit. 3 hits. He saves on 3s. He saves only 1, so he takes 2 more points of damage. 1, 2. Oh, you know what? He killed a creature, so it says he can heal 1 wound. But then he takes back 2. So he's at 5. The blue will move here and will attack the Marshal. And the blue is a Night Terror. He rolls 4 dice, and he hits on 5s or higher. So he hit 1 hit, and the Marshal saves on 3s or higher, and he saves. So no damage there. End of turn. Save 7 will hold back the darkness. It is now the spider's turn. Spider will attack the Gunslinger, and he hits. Does he save with a 5 or higher? He does not. He takes 2 more points of damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's at 8 damage. This is not looking good for the Gunslinger. But I do have that revive token, so let's see what happens. The purple will, it is now the Gunslinger's turn. Sorry, the spider went. Now the Gunslinger may get a chance to save the day. He will roll for, who's he going to strike? The spider or the, he's going to strike at the purple guy. He hits on both, and the damage is the 6 and 4, because I'm going to add a +2 to that. So 6 minus 2 is 4, which is enough to kill this one. And then the other shot for 4, I'll just have him, you know what? I can have him hit. So that would be 3 points minus 2 is 1. That still leaves him with 1 health. He'll distribute that to the, well, he can't do the Night Terror because the Night Terror's defense is 3. So he'll just send all 3 points to the spider and take the last spider out. All right. Now it is the Marshal's turn. The Marshal will use his bandage and save how many wounds? 3 go away. All right. Well, that's better than none. The Marshal will shoot at the... He already used his special ability, so he can no longer use that this turn. What am I going to do here? I'm going to use my Worn Eye Patch, which says once per adventure, recover grit up to your max. So he will turn. He has a max grit of 2, so he will recover 2 grit, which may come in handy in a minute for rerolls. Unfortunately, the Marshal has no more grit left. He's going to shoot at the purple guy. And he rolls, and he hits. How much damage? 5 minus his defense of 2 is 3, so he is dead. And that is the end of those guys. It is now the big blue. Blue will continue to attack the... Well, he's going to stay, so he'll make the Gunslinger come to him. He will strike out at the Marshal. He rolls 4 dice, and he hits on 5 or higher. Total miss. Excellent. Holding back the darkness. I do. Gunslinger fires 2 dice. That is a crit, which goes through the armor, and that is a hit. Let's roll the crit damage first. That's 2, and I'll add a bonus 2, so for 4 damage. His total health is 12, so he is down to 8. So we'll put him at 8 health. 6 and 2. So he's at 8 health. For the other hit, the damage is 2. He'll go ahead and add another bullet to make it 4. 4 minus 3 is 1, so he loses a point. So he's at 7 health. Every point counts here. Let's see what else. So now it is the Marshal. The Marshal, come on, I need a crit so bad. A 6, 7, or 8 would be great. That's a hit, not a crit. How much damage? 7. 7 minus 3 is 4, so he loses 4, so he's down to 3 health. And I don't have anything I can do, so he is going to get a shot here. So it is now Mr. Blue's turn. He rolls 4 and hits on 5s. No hits. Holding back the darkness. I did. And the Gunslinger fires and hits both. The damage is... This will kill him. 6 minus his 2 is 4, which is enough to kill the big blue. And that is the end of the attack. The game says that when the final threat is killed, the mission is over. But I drew 2. I had to draw 2 of the threat cards. So for each threat card, they get a loot card. So, and the loot cards, I'm trying to remember, I think they get shuffled back in. Let me double check that. Loot cards. Loot, loot, loot. Unlike most decks, the loot deck has no discard and is fully shuffled after each draw. Okay, so... Oh, and I forgot to do... Man, I got to do XP in just a second. And thankfully, I tracked what they did. Let me shuffle these up real good. Let me get a piece of paper real quick to write all this down. Okay. So the Gunslinger and the Marshal. All right, so the Gunslinger's first loot card is gold bars. He gets 20 XP and $250. Excellent. I can go to town and shop. All right, you shuffle this again, and there's a good chance you may draw the same card again. I mean, that's just the way this deck works. All right, and they each get 2 loot cards. So his second loot card is, what is this? 20 XP, draw an artifact card. So he gets 20 XP. And draw an artifact card or a gear card if you're in another world. I'm not in another world, so I get to draw a gear card, which is this deck. These are given to the hero. They stay with the hero until he sells them or trades them or something along those lines. All right, and he drew a pistol, which, that's cool. Range of 6, shot 2. It's the same as what he already has. I don't think I can dual wield. I think there are rules for dual wielding, but probably what I'll end up doing is selling it for the $100. All right, that was the loot card for him. Let's see. Now it is the Marshal's turn to draw 2 loot cards. All right, Marshal's first card is a sack of gold dust. He gets 20 XP and $100. All right, and then the next loot to draw is cash. Same thing, is 20 XP and $50. All right, so that's done with the loot deck. Now, that was that. Now for XP. The XP works like this. Who killed the Night Terror? The Night Terror was killed by the Gunslinger. He will get, it says 10 plus 5 for each hit. I think he shot him twice, and I think the Gunslinger hit. Well, I think there were 4 hits in all. We'll just divide it evenly. So 10 plus 5 each. So 10 plus 10 is 20, so he'll get 20 XP for the blue, and so will the Gunslinger. Now for the Stranglers, he killed 3, which they're 25 each, so he gets 75 for that. And the Marshal killed 1, so he gets 25. And then the Spiders are worth 10 each. Gunslinger killed 5, so that's 50. And the poor Marshal only killed 1, so he gets 10 XP. All right, that's it for the XP. Last thing to do is the exploration reward. Each hero receives 25 XP, so a bonus 25. And we'll get, and as well as $50 per the number of steps on the depth track. 1. 1 step. So they get another $50. I guess because it's not a very big mine. Okay, if the heroes are okay, hero will earn 300. Failure. All right, I didn't fail the mission, so no damage to the town. So that is it. That wasn't bad. I think I got lucky here because the very first room ended up being the dead end room. So it's very possible if I had not rolled that, what was it, 4 or higher, this would have led to another room and then another room. So I will take the small victories where I can. What I will do now is get all my XP figured out, my gold, get my character sheets updated for this. By the way, you can download a PDF of my Marshal and my Gunslinger's hero character sheets, and there'll be a link in the description below the video where you can download that. I'll get their XP uploaded, I'll get their money uploaded, and then the next video will be going into town to see what happens in town. Man, I forgot all about my grit here that I could have used for a couple things. I didn't even have to use my revive token, so that was kind of a, that was good. I didn't have to use it, but you don't get to carry it over to the next game. All right, that is, I think that is it for this video. I hope you're liking this. I've always wanted to play this game, so it's kind of fun to finally start playing it. I don't know. I suspect that the adventures are going to get harder and harder. I may add, at some point, I may add a third hero to the bunch, but right now I like using just the 2. It's less stuff to track. All right, I hope you like the game. It's called Shadows of Brimstone. It's still available. You can still get the game. There are 2 core boxes. One's called City of the Ancients, and the other one's called Swamps of Death. Either game will get you what you need to start with all the tokens, the map tiles, and stuff like that. All right, this is Jim, the Tabletop Engineer. Thanks for joining me, and I'll be back with another Shadows of Brimstone video very shortly. Everybody, take care.